let's get into the 4 major signs of envy. The first one is micro expressions, which is known as dagger eyes. They're hard to spot because they only last for a few seconds. But I guarantee you, I mean, I'm a little bit older than most of you guys watching. I mean, if you're under my age anyway, I mean, I'm close to 47, 48 now. But you're going to find out, when you look around in life, that there's times where at certain events where you might have been doing something great, maybe you had a success in your business, somebody will look at you, kind of like at the corner of their eyes, and they kind of glare at you. They have that, that glint of like envy and like anger, and like it's not easy to decipher until you've seen it. It's hard to explain. Until you've seen it and it's genuine, you're going to know what it is. But these micro expressions do pop up, so you have to be attentive to them. So that's the first sign. The second sign, which is a little more obvious, and this is the one that sent chills up my spine when I heard them, describe it in the audiobook. It's called poisonous praise. And what that is a disparaging comment cushioned as praise. For example, when you successfully finish a project, they'll comment on how much money you will make rather than praise your hard work completing the project. I'm going to say that again. Poisonous praise is a disparaging comment cushioned as praise. For example, when you successfully finish a project, they will comment about how much money you will make rather than praise your hard work. I can give you one example. Actually, I can give you several examples, and I'm going to tie them, back a decade into my debt business, because between 2007 and 2010, for those 3 years, we probably got more awards in those 3 years in the business for hyper growth, for culture, for all kinds of business accolades. I mean, we were in Profit Magazine several times. I was featured on the front page of the Toronto Star. I mean, if you guys Google my full name plus the Toronto Star, you'll see the article. But the biggest newspaper in Canada featured me and my business on the front page. So word got out about, the successes that I had in the businesses, and the poisonous praise started to come frequent and often. And it sounded a lot like, oh yeah, I can imagine how much money you must be making. Not, oh really, you've saved over $100 million worth of credit card debt, and you've gotten, thousands of people out of debt and back on their financial feet so they could avoid bankruptcy. And, like the standard sort of praise that people that aren't envious of you would give. Instead, what they're giving you is, oh, I can imagine how much money you must be making off this sort of thing, and how rich you must be now, and blah, blah, blah sort of thing. I also heard it recently too. If I was, for example, during COVID, for the last year, whenever somebody would ask, what I was doing at the bank, or there was another guy that ran like this consulting firm that had tried to get into my business and do some work for us. And the standard lyrics were, oh, COVID must really be driving your business right up, and you guys must be making a ton of money. I remember the bankers said it a couple times. There's a couple of different bankers that I had to deal with that were talking, specifically about how much money you must be making, rather than praising you for what you're actually doing to get people out of debt. That's the way that I've always looked at that business. Was we actually unfuck people's lives and get them out of debt in a fashion that's better and quicker than the conventional methods that are available to them. But the poisonous praise comes from those that envy you. So you have to be aware of that. Keep an eye open, keep an ear open for it too. Backbiting. Envious people enjoy talking about the negative aspects of, so this is the third one. Backbiting is envious people that enjoy talking about the negative aspects of a person's character, whether it's real or imagined. This is more of a female sort of centric behavior, but I see a lot of guys do this too. It's kind of gossipy. And what they'll do is they'll go looking for anything that can support their narrative. They want to try to discredit you. Up towards the top, when I opened this, I was talking about how these people are so dangerous because they really seek to do you harm. They don't want to operate at your level. They want to bring you down to their level, right? So the backbiting is the third one. Let's talk about the last one, which is seesawing, which is the fourth sign of envy. And it's positive and negative actions, meaning they're going to heap on praise, then harsh criticisms, then they're going to warm you up again, and then they're going to keep repeating the cycle. I think out of all of those, the most obvious one that you need to be aware of is poisonous praise. Oh, that's great. You must be making a ton of money. Oh, that's great. When are you going to buy us all, whatever sort of thing. And you'll get this from people very, very close to you, maybe even family members, maybe even friends. It's bizarre because it was totally over my head for many, many years until it was defined as poisonous praise, and how it's a disparaging comment, cushioned as praise, when in fact it's really just like, shitting on you in an underhanded way.